number one? It's Jan Bors, new video, Saba sent Denmark masterclass. I will be talking about it today. We will watch it together, then I will separate the those fragments to talk deeper about the staging. More likely, it's not a review, it's more about to teach you something new, how you can as a professional look at the staging. It's not about how very subjectively I look at it, I like it or not, but also really describing you, or most likely describing you, what was technically good, what wasn't that good, how those all things were connected together, and how it can create a staging which works or not, which in this case was somehow over there. But we will watch it together, I will comment during, and then I will just really separate those little fragments all together or separately, talk about them, give you the scope, give you the bigger picture, wider picture, what to check, and why those little details are the most important, because they are basically actually doing the feeling from being like good or not really. Let's do this. Saba sent Denmark. So they chose to be very lyrical, let's say, using the sand. But this shot is nice, really. And the thing they played Eurovision, she's nervous. I think also the reason that she needs to perform this just makes it unnatural, you know? The authenticity is out, but this shot is really nice. It's not all about the visuals, it's also about the feeling. Her voice is shaky, this shot is not really good. The beating, very nice. And I think they lost it already here. There was focus on something like this instead of the character, you know? Light-wise, very nice. Even they choose a very weird palette of colors. And it's a weak vocal, pitifully, very weak vocals. In here I think the lights are not working really well. It didn't have the dynamics and the atmosphere. This is beautiful. Whenever it comes to those fast beats they are good, but whenever it comes to this very slow, no dynamics. Empty shot. Acting. Inserted shot. Absolutely makes no sense why they chose to do graphics. Another disconnecting moment. This is beautiful. You know, those reactions are good, but absolutely makes no sense why they lost it with the wide angle. Very nice. If you use interaction, be in interaction. Mistake after mistake. Now finally dynamics, faster camera, but she's empty there, she's not moving. This is empty, you know. They couldn't solve those two pictures. This is... And the dynamics is lost, you know, with such a slow shots. This is a nice one, because you see whenever you the dynamics, amazing shot, it gives completely different atmosphere, right? Again, emptiness, nothing. This is distraction. And this is a weird graphical choice, looks very cheap. The sand shower, this is very nice, but again, in the national selection they did it much better. But much closer shot would be better. Again, very wrong camera chasing. I mean, this is for most of the countries which didn't qualify, a very typical thing that they just didn't do good camera work. Very nice shot and very nice ending. But very so-so staging with good ideas, very badly executed in my opinion. Of course, we can question some choices. You can also question like, oh, but this is very subjective, Jan. You can do this, but if you look at it from my point of view, how those things are connected together, if something is kind of wrong, I have a big sense for it. Still can be very subjective, but in combination of many instruments, you have edits, colors, camera movements, camera angles, all of this, dress, also the artist, you can feel where the problem is. Of course, first thing is that Saba vocally it wasn't there, and because they didn't even choose to pinpoint the charisma she could, have, and basically were choosing to choose things which are not that important as the person in here or the dynamics, then they basically pinpointed much more that she's not good in it using her. Let's start from the beginning. I will show you that the first issue starts here immediately. This is the first shots. So Denmark, we have this very nice shot. Sand is falling, and this should be the end of descent. Very nice shot, like it shows you, but it's not fluid. I think when you do such things, it must be learned as an artist or whoever else the way that it's seamless. But you can already feel that something is wrong the way how she posts her descent. When it's this stuck, this struggling, you can feel it because it's very different for the brain when you do it like you're sure what you're doing, kind of. And this is learned stuff which just doesn't really work well. And in here, it should be end, because this is, first of all, cliche. It's a cringy thing. It's a very Eurovision kind of style. It's like, okay, but we are living in a different era, kind of. This is very nice, but because she needs to do this with the sand, and they're choosing this detail, she's always going from it, and your attention going on the sand here, and the voice, which is not strong, because I think she's nervous. I think she's normally nervous, and because she needs to focus on being in the light, doing this, the posture is very stiff. It already takes you off because it's not natural. It doesn't feel confident. And if you feel this unconfidence in the beginning, in the eyes, you can clearly see it, then it's lost. It's whenever you do a craft and you don't sell your craft confidently, it doesn't actually matter if you do it better than somebody else, but this confidence in our human nature language, unspoken, plays a huge role. And in here, basically they lost it in here. They didn't qualify because of this shot, I would say, but they continued pitifully. They didn't have safety net. So let's move on. You can see it, nervousness, and you can hear it in the voice. This is all wrong. And also this, it feels like, who holds the hand like this? Like, why? I know they want to do a magic, but come on. Big stress. And see, it feels tragically, and they are showing everything of it. So everything is on her. She's lit up somehow. Now, you see just this. I think this would be quite nice, but because you feel unconfident as crazy, you're lost. This is the loss. And also it feels practiced. And I think everything is practice. It's important, to have a practice, like the most important thing. But if you see it's not seamless, over. It's over, because then the authenticity is completely gone. And this is now the most important factor in all the art. The authenticity, in my opinion. And people are reacting badly when things are not really authentic. They feel they are pushed or not natural. Those are the minus points, Authenticity is now the most, because everything is artificial around us. Okay, nice beating, as I said. So whenever they are using beating and they're using this like they are doing it properly. The problem is that they just do it in specific moments, but then nothing really works. Although this shot is very huge, but okay, I like how kind of they lit up, even like white and orange. They don't go together that well, really. Not in TV, in my opinion. But this is subjective. So again, and they didn't build up a proper... They didn't really build up a proper build up to this. That was a nice edit, because they choose two cameras, edit out. This was very nice. The only issue is that she's going very powerful and the camera is like... No, it must be like, you're doing power, there must be power in the movement. That was nice by the light. And this with the sand, I don't know. It feels cheap, like it's like the worst trick you can use. It's like, okay, it's a song called Sand. Let's be very literal. Like Sand. Of course, the song. It comes with the generics with the song. Let's do the generic staging kind of like I don't want to criticize, but this is like the first idea. Let's put a sand there. Like okay, but we see that in the upcoming time they didn't choose something what would be spectacular. They actually should have kept it later because the real tricks should, they did it oppositely in my opinion at least. But also she's not a magician. It feels weird. Why would artists do this? Doesn't make sense. Her gestures were good. Absolutely. I don't get this shot because it just doesn't show anything. Okay, it's light, but it's not done very well. And she's in the most intense moment. Her face, is the selling factor. Light's very good. And this, it feels like in the bad theater. Sorry, it's not. I know. Again, you might say subjective, but come on, it does look like that. And she's beautiful. Then all her movements are looking unnatural unless this one. Because when she goes like, I want to dance, but I will keep it a little bit. Okay, so we go ooh 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 ooh, and there's beat in it, right? And the camera again is like, yeah, nice. And now what's dancing? Nothing. This should. I know that those lights are doing something, but they are lost completely because the focus takes you those, and especially this area, which is static. And the camera, I know it's doing this like it's again like the old persons, like boring. No, in this, the camera must go. I don't know, viewers, the public over there, or the beats. It must just dance. It must dance because it's a dance drum and bass based kind of song. Or it's not drum and bass. Again, anyway, the dynamics are not, like, see how they can play with the lights in the dynamics. The issue is that the cameras are not, they are not helping. So there are two things you can do in this moment. You can stop the camera completely, make it as a principle that the lights are the beating up, and then the speed is fully on lights, then you won't miss it. And the artist's charisma. Or you must cope with the speed, with the song, and you must go also fast cameras. If you do the middle things never work well. Like compromises never work well, never. Never they work perfectly in the relationships. You must do them in life, but never do them when you're doing products like this. And this is a product. Just, you cannot. You have one shot only. You cannot do compromises. This is always an issue. And again, and one more thing, this is very important. So when somebody's going, it's breathing out. So you never go close, but you after actually do opposite. You do fast camera movement out. Because your brain feels it, that you're exhaling a crazy energy. So you don't go inside like you want to jump into the mouth. You go outside. Opposite. Nice. She's moving, but it's not dynamic because we have no feeling of that everything is dancing. Because, for example, using mist, this is very balladic thing because they are slow, they're giving this atmosphere, but at least in here you must beat in it. All the time it's dancing, but it's static. So it's completely contradicting the tempo of the song, like the whole setup, it's contradicting it. Because for this disco vibe, orange doesn't belong, period. You see that the lights are kind of doing what they should, but wrongly. For example, it's but it must be like beep, 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 but this is doing like beep, beep. Your brain disconnects. It disconnects because you cannot live with it. It cannot suck you in. This is the issue. Now this shot, what is this? Like, I know that again, very literal. But she's not an actor. Or if you do it this way, you go from the detail of the hand to the face. Because this shot, emptiness everywhere, it's already so not authentic. And then they drop to this, which is clearly graphics. It's clearly makes no sense. what is the, I would say, like, what is the joke about it, you know? Where is the point? It's just, what? It feels like a mistake. Nice laser shots. And then why? What was the, like, let's do something different? At least if she's perfectly graphically done with sand, but this feels like a cheap graphics, doesn't really work. Then you change the atmospheres. It's a huge mistake. You cannot do this, and you kill the authenticity of it. Absolutely, it's not existent anymore. This, I love this. If they are doing this, wow, because what they did in here, in this shot by lights, this is exactly what they should do. Of course, this is distracting because actually this is much more, again, I know this is like the very common mistake everywhere, or it's not, I wouldn't, maybe sometimes it's a choice, but in here it's clearly your focus go to the brightest point, and it's not this. This is much brighter. Mistake, you have it in the same shot, makes zero sense in some empty hole. But this is nice, you know, how they beating. Nice shot, I like it. And this, actually, and this is very important moment, this is finally an idea. Of course, it's not original, but at least it's some interaction, something very vibrant for the brain. This is the food. The issue is, they just do it in here. It works, they have it programmed very well. It's in here, you can clearly see it, that she continues doing this trick, but they're going with the shots which completely kills the idea. So first of all, you could ask, why do you have it then if you don't want to show it? It's contract. I think they just did like something will happen over there and just make the camera however you want, but you must do staging, especially at Eurovision, firstly from camera point of view. You must know what you want to see, like whoever is doing it as a concert, starting in the concert setup, and then we will somehow make it happen by cameras. This is exactly how you cannot approach it. This is the worst case. That means that you don't have this right knowledge. It must go all from the cameras. Cameras, what you want to see. It's like when you're having the movie in your head. You're imagining the camera shots, the frames, what you want to show, like a story. And then you're thinking how you will enhance it with the picture. What more props must be there? What more graphics must be there? How it will really look. Because you are selling the look in here. Yes, you're not selling concert because, you know, you're doing for TV, and the most common mistake is to do it for the people in the arena. You don't do it for them. You just don't. I know it might sound unfair for the Eurovision fans who are inside the arena, but there are hundreds or tens of millions outside. Tens of millions. This is for who you are doing it. For the people who are also sponsoring this show, you know. This is the public broadcast thing, and they all pay for the public broadcast TV. And you are doing it for them. And this is not made for the people outside. And this is a big critic. They maybe don't deserve it that much, but you can clearly see that you're disconnected. It's not a proper thing. And if you compare it to what they did in their national selection, this is incomparable. This is much, much better, much, much dynamic. I don't know why they didn't repeat the light dynamics and keep it very density-wise, clean, simple. No, they complicated it, but they couldn't sell it. So it means like, let's put some ideas in and let's see. Of course, didn't work. And you can hear the blade. You can hear the beat. Nothing. They forgot. Nothing. The dynamics is lost. The tricks works. This is nice shot. You can see how the dynamic camera in here, very like when the camera is dynamic, how much different it is. But it's too late. The light's nice. Nice, she works. This, you see dynamic camera fast, it kind of works. Even her movements are unnatural. This is an issue. Again, what they should choose is something what is more more flying or something to bring some other dynamics, because she's not able to do it. She's alone there, and because she's also in white color, nothing is supporting her. They make it a sandish color. Doesn't work. Although with the skin tone is completely different. It feels like a movie Mummy, but this old one, those 25-year-old one. This is not good. Again, and if you're still doing this trick, you don't sell it. I don't care about this. This doesn't work. Okay, now, just the last beat, but no dynamics. Again, the very slow camera, no dynamics. The still repeated thing. Again, now this works. She's screaming sand, sand, sand. We take it from the down. We inspire her. She is the character. Really, you go faster. You go around. Now it has an intense. You know, this is the intensity the song has. And again, lost. You have doesn't work. These graphics are terrible. And now all the focus is here. For what reason? I cannot see either of this, either of her, either of this character, whatever it is. With the shower. You know, it's not good. This beating is nice. I saw better in the national selection, but okay. But again, it's shot. The way how it's shot, it already lost me, you know. It should be the highlight. Nice. Yeah, fast zoom in and then edit. You know, it's missing. Now they put also graphics over here, they opened it, but no one's dancing. I don't have a dancing feeling. It's a dancing song. I don't have the dancing feeling at all. It's random, you know, nothing following her gestures. The camera work how you should not do it. Nice edit, and you can see them when the camera is static. You can sell the movement better paradoxically, because then it's on the light only. Okay, but this is the over. The performance, I think her performance got a little bit better over time. But what is most important, like in the book, the first few sentences, maybe the first one. This must be the one which somehow attracts you a bit more. It's hard to do it, but if you have a character, if you have an artist, if you have a singer who feels stress, don't put the stress in the beginning into the artist's hands. Like, start easily and add things on the way. Don't start with the complicated stuff, because we can feel it and then it's over. And that would happen in here, despite the fact that also the camera work was basically exactly opposite how it should be, because in my opinion no one was concentrating on it at all. Of course they did it somehow how they felt it, but you must, as a broadcaster or as a team, you must start from this point. Cameras are what you want to shoot, how it should be look, what kind of energy, the space and everything, because then you come to the Eurovision, they will have it somehow. It's like, I need it faster, slower, but no. I would say that 90% of people don't concentrate on this at all, because they don't know or they don't care. And this is a mistake, because cameras first. It's this is what I see. This is the dynamics what I see. Then everything else, even though all those things are of course connected, who connects them the best has the best staging. Simple as that. And this is my masterclass from for this video. We're from Denmark, Saba, the sand. Write me in the comments below what do you think. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and see you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.